Hi everyone, I'm Michelle ALVA, your sex, love, and intimacy coach and the creator of the ALVA Method. This awesome healing approach that teaches us how to come back to our wholeness. And I am here with badass, wild woman of abundance, Stefany who I met a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And as part of the Wild Women of Abundance, Wild Women Speak series, I wanted to interview Stefany because she is just such an inspiration. And she works with children, and she's just got the biggest heart. And I wanted to have you share the benefits of the Wild Women of Abundance and all the things that have come from you saying yes to opening up yourself. So before the Wild Woman, and then how that program helped you and where you're at now.
Okay, well, thank you so much, first of all, for the very kind words.
You're welcome.
I love you. I don't even know where to begin. So before Wild Woman of Abundance, I was in this transition in my life where I was like just connecting to like spirituality. I was just starting to explore it, and I felt like I needed this like higher power to affirm that I was on the right path, that what I was doing was right, was working. You know, I had affirmations written all over my mirror. I was journaling. You know, I was mantraing in my head, but I just didn't know if I was doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sure enough, you know, I had lunch with a friend who gave me your information, and I was like, okay, you know, let me see what it's about. And so I joined one of your free Zooms and loved it. So I joined another free Zoom and loved it again.
That's awesome.
So when I had the clarity call with you, you asked me, you know, what is it that you hope to gain from this call? And I was like, I don't know. You know, I said, I don't even know. And then that made me realize, like, decision making was really difficult for me. You know, I constantly questioned the decisions that I was making for myself, and just in speaking with you, I knew that you had this 6-month program, and truthfully, I didn't even know that it was like to be a practitioner. I thought maybe you were going to be like my life coach or something. Like I didn't know what it was, but I just knew I needed you in my life long term.
So you wanted the long term, and I thought she just wanted to be the Wild Woman of Abundance.
No, I knew. I said yes to you for the 6-month thing, like straight away, and then I knew that Wild Woman of Abundance was included in it.
Right.
And I was like, okay, so now I'm gonna get this like great shift on top of it, and
That's amazing.
It was amazing. I did the hour meditation every morning. I woke up early for it, and it's so amazing because you really explore everything, like everything, your childhood, your relationship with money, your sexuality, what you want to create. That's my favorite question, is what do you want to create? What do you wish to create? It really is I decide. That's the message of Wild Woman of Abundance. It's I decide. And that's what I was lacking before.
Owning our sovereignty.
Owning our sovereignty, exactly.
That we are the creators, you know, so many of us, especially women. I was feeling with the Wild Woman of Abundance how so many people were scared that they're out of their job and they're not sure what's going to happen. And so this whole concept is about leaning back, feeling safe and supported, feeling that we are loved. And so this is what we practice every single class, and in the ALVA Method, which Stefany has begun the practitioner training. Even though she didn't know what she was getting into.
I said yes.
Yes. And so can you share with us who you love to work with, what you envision for yourself, and why you chose the training? Because she's just rocking it.
Thank you.
She started her corporation recently.
I got it.
She'll share about that. Sorry, I'm going to be quiet.
I love it. So in this Wild Woman of Abundance meditation, what do you wish to create? So I started to really think about it. What is my dream home? What are my gifts? You know, you asked, what are my gifts? I love uplifting people. You know, I've always been told I'm the nicest person, you know, and I go out of my way to be nice because I just love making people feel good. And I've worked with children since I was 15, and I feel like that has a huge part to play in it because I've always been able to, you have to be playful when you work with kids. You have to be smiley and joyful. And now I get to be smiley and joyful. I've learned to switch my language. And so I thought of a name, Mindful Munchkins, and I manifested it. I meditated on it every
Comment
single
down
time.
below how much you love Mindful Munchkins. I love it. I love it.
I love a good alliteration.
Yes.
So I am the owner of Mindful Munchkins LLC. My first real full manifestation. It's too good to be true almost. And I really want to create alignment within children and create alignment within their parents as well to avoid childhood trauma, but heal childhood trauma as well.
And be aware of what is traumatic, because I had a client who her father was weighing her on the scale, monitoring her weight, and that was apparently very traumatic for her. And even her mom, she thought she was very loving, but the way that certain things we word as parents, and I know for me, I have a teenager, and so I think we all have to realize how sensitive our teens are, our children are, and they're sponges. They absorb our words. I mean, our words sometimes come off as spears. It's so it's such a feeling.
It's like deflating.
We feel so much. Yeah. So Mindful Munchkins, can you tell us about what it's all about, and what, at least for right now?
So for right now, I'm just working with a small group of families, and I'm working with you to incorporate the ALVA Method. I want to teach them to do the E3 breath, of course, to regulate. So powerful.
And you know what? They can do it with their parents too. We can make it. I'm gonna definitely contribute my whatever I can, which is so much fun. And that's what this training is about. We have these 12 amazing students that over these 6 months, I'm here for them. And I want everybody to be able to take the ALVA Method and take whatever they can from it and weave it into their own creation. And so this is what's awesome about this approach, that you can integrate it. It doesn't have to be separate. And there's all these corporate trademark, copyright laws, and people do all these things where you can't this, you can't that. But then you take a training and you're like, well, I want to use it somehow too. And so I'm helping them to create their own version of it, which I think that's what abundance is all about. And so her program, Mindful Munchkins, it's an LLC, and I'm going to put some links down below for everybody to follow Stefany on her Instagram. And if there's anything else that you want everybody to know about it, I'd love for you to just share now.
It's so new, but my goal really is to teach children to love and accept themselves so completely, be confident in their decisions, and teach that to the parents so that they themselves can be aligned, and reinforce that in their children. And I think that would just be so magical. We are so naturally curious as children. We're so playful, and then as we grow, we are told stories by who we're surrounded by, the things that we hear. They create stories within us. I myself was told, you don't think, or I've just been compared before, and I realized that I allowed that to change my story in a way where it negatively impacted my self-esteem, and it made me fearful of shining my light. I would even feel guilty shining my light, worrying that I would make others feel bad when it's so not true. I truly believe that shining your light gives other people the courage to shine theirs. And my motto is that makes the world as bright as the sun. And I want to create that in children and in all people in any way that I can. And so even if you're not a munchkin, let me bring the munchkin out in you with mindfulness.
So this is for adults and children, and if there's any teachers, any principals that are watching this video, if you want to bring this program to your school or to your program of programs, definitely reach out to Stefany, and let's just keep on spreading the light. Something that I love about the work that I do is it's all science-based, hence all of Stefany's work is going to be science-based, and it works because the body, it's all based on physiology. And my background as a physical therapist, I got to work with children for 8 years. And so I've been specially trained as a pediatric physical therapist. I'm no longer practicing actively as a physical therapist. However, you can never take away my degree or my background training. And so we are going to be weaving things that I learned when I worked with children with autism, anxiety, ADD. I used to work at the Dan Marino Center also, and I took so many continuing education courses in pediatrics, and I'm super grateful because now I get to share with you the things that really work, and then also yoga, breathing, mindful practices, fun, pediatric massage, touch techniques, that parents can learn and have touch games. And this is healthy touch, which we definitely benefit from teaching our children about conscious touch, conscious communication, and mindfulness. And we're gonna have to throw in drumming and sound healing into this program.
I did that today. I have a little drum that I did on their bodies, and they loved feeling the vibrations. It was amazing.
That's so awesome.
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you said the science thing too, because I was a behavioral therapist for 2 years, and so that is a huge part of it, and why I love the method so much is because it's science and spirituality so perfectly combined.
Yes.
So,
Well, thank you so much, Stefany.
Thank you.
Reach out to Stefany, everyone, if you want more resources on how to work with children and in a healthy, positive way, and for parents to teachers, and just if you want to bring out your inner child. I'm so grateful to have